so it's working. Da, 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 da. Alright, cool. So, what's up, YouTube? It's your boy Ricky.
And your boy Gary.
And we about to demolish some shoulders. Wanted to get some insight on it. Everybody's been asking to go from back to shoulders. You gonna hold it? That was dumb. Go from back to shoulders. Are you looking at it? Go from back to shoulders. So now we're gonna demolish some shoulders. Try it out. Try to get a little routine going. See how much everybody likes it, and see how it goes from there. We're gonna get to work. We already pumped up. Got that pre-in. It's feeling good. Gary's got the camos on. See that? So we about to kill it. We're gonna go into our first set though. We're gonna stop recording, stop playing games, and get ready to the first set. Alright, so once again, I appreciate everyone for tuning into this video. I know you look at it at first and you're like, 15 minutes? I know, I try to put so much together, but even 15 minutes, you know, is like kind of short after all of this. But anyway, I still appreciate it. So me and Gary started off with a warm-up. You never want to go in a warm-up cold, as everyone should know that. But one thing you should do is warm up. So we warmed up, then we went into our working sets. We started off with doing alternated dumbbell raises. It's good for the front delts. And I'm a little behind, but as you can see, we actually went into alternating both. And from there, we went into the behind the neck barbell press. Went a little gangster with this though, actually. Usually at the old gym, we use, you know, the same barbell. We put a couple weights on there, lightweight. But they got some chains at this gym, man. We decided to take advantage of the chains. It was all rattling and stuff like that. Made it seem real smooth, real cool. You know, people was looking. So I mean, you know, that was pretty cool. And then we believe in progression, so we added weights on there. They didn't have no more chains, so we couldn't work with no more chains, but we just added light weights on there. Those are like 5 pounds on there. Then after that, we went into side lateral raises. I talk about how doing side lateral raises in a second, so I'm gonna let that go ahead. So when performing shoulder side lateral raises, the biggest thing that you want to do is whenever you're doing it, you'll see a lot of people, they'll go straight up, just flinging it, pretty much like they're doing jump jacks. If you want to get wide shoulders and defined shoulders, you have to arch your elbows, kind of like divot. If you notice, like whenever you're doing side raises, you'll see people do like this and all of that. That's not really benefiting your true benefits on doing side lateral raises. Like, this is the best thing you can do for your shoulders. Like, one of the best things, I should say. So when you're performing this, don't go up like so. Go up with your elbows, because look like this right here. Now watch with my elbows. Elbows should out-dominate your wrist, or at least stay even. Boom, boom, boom. Regular, boom, 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 boom. Like so.
Like you're pouring a bucket at the top.
Yeah, like exactly. Gary Camilleri Fitness said pretty much like you're pouring a bucket. Pouring a bucket. Now you don't have to contour like that each and every time, but boom, boom, boom. You get more bang for your buck when you do so. Alright, so as you heard me say, you want to keep your elbows straight. You know, when you're bringing them up, it should be symmetrical. It should be horizontal. It should actually look like when you're bringing it up that the sun is somehow going to meet in between, and it's going to create a huge, you know, nice little somber moment. You know, sunset off the beach, the sun is off the ocean. It should look just like that, like flawless. In my opinion, if you want to make sure it's right, you know.
Alright, so when you do the seated shoulder press dumbbell, it's very important to not go below 90 degrees. A lot of people feel that they have to go down to their full extent, but it's not true. If you go down here, you start messing with the shoulder blade a little bit. You'll go down about 90 degrees, maybe a little lower, and stop, push back up. If you go way too low, you have a big problem with the shoulders. So only go about 90, up, 90.
All right, so as you heard Gary too, he said to go 90 degrees or slightly below. I believe that logic too, but one thing is that, you know, when weight starts getting heavy and you start progressing in your weight, you can't afford to go 90 degrees, man. So it's gonna be a little technical. When you can move weight for about 12, 15 reps, you should be able to go 90. But you see Gary, it's looking like he got 80s, you know. When it gets started getting heavy, that form is not gonna be completely 90 degrees. And if it is, you know, you may be on your 8th, 9th rep and you might be pushing a little bit too hard and you do not want to hurt your shoulder. That's the worst thing you can do. So, I mean, if you start getting a little heavy, I mean, it's okay if you don't go all the way 90 degrees. Go as far as you can, but at the same time, be safe more than anything. And maybe have like a spotter right next to you to help you make sure you get 90 degrees if that's such a concern. Okay, so this is another one of my favorite workouts. Here on YouTube, man, I try to show off anything and everything that I know that separates something different that people haven't seen. And one of those things is the workout I'm about to explain in a quick second.
It is recording.
Okay, so with this method, you saw in the beginning that we started off like this. This is it's the same logic too. You can go underhand if you really want to. You can actually put more weight on it too. You want to go underhand. It puts a lot of stress on your anterior delt, your front delt, and that's the biggest thing, is that you want to isolate your muscles. You got to hit them and vary it. You'll see a lot of people when they do it, they'll go up like this. Of course, it's going into front delt, but the closer you bring it in, your humerus to your pec major, it ties into your anterior delt. So when you're pushing, it's a lot more, like so. You see, like so. But if you bring it in, that much, more, less. It's still hitting your front delt, but more, less.
So after we was done with that, we moved into one of my favorite rear delt exercises. You know, a lot of people will say, this looks like it's back, you know, this looks like, you know, this is for my lats. Let me tell you something. You grab a bench, you grab some cables, you put them up yay high, and you pull down and you do it for about 15 reps, I can promise you, I can certifiably promise you that this is definitely rear delts. You will feel it all in your rear delts. And for a great burn, what we did on our final set was we did a progression where we would put it at 80 and we do 8 reps, and put it at 90, do 9 reps. We do it at 100, we'll do 10 reps, and that'll be our final. And you getting up from that, and me having to hold the camera, Gary having to hold the camera, the back of your arm is shaking from after the fact. So I mean, it's a great way to, you know, hit your rear delts from another way if you want to too, you know what I mean?
Ernie, you will fall for this one.
Done with that, we stayed with the cables and we went to an intense workout. So it was a consistent superset. So one person is going to be doing cable rope face pulls, and another one is going to be doing front raises with a V-bar. Now typically when I do the front raises, I'll use them with a rope, but they didn't have another rope, so we had to use a V-bar, and I was actually surprised because it actually felt pretty good. So, you know, this is continuous, you know. After he's done with my set and I'm done with his, you know, we switch off each other. We keep going, and it's consistent. So after that was done, we moved right next to where we just got finished working at, and we went into the machine-loaded shoulder press machine. Did that make sense? Machine-loaded shoulder press machine. All right, yeah, we're gonna roll with that. Anyway, we hit this for a good amount of sets, but the last set we decided to load it up, and we did the whole pallet. That's why I zoomed in from it, zoomed out of it, and then we went into it because after a while, you know, you get fatigued and stuff like that. So I mean, for us to do the whole pallet, I thought it was pretty cool. That's why I wanted to show it. But oh snap! I think I know what's going on right here. I think it's about that time. It's closing time. It's that closer workout, baby. Hey, you know how we like to end our workouts with that one workout that gives an extreme burn. And let me tell you something right here. I want to give a personal shout out to this girl that I train with named Gina. She put me through this rough shoulder workout. And let me tell you, it may seem like it's easy at first. Oh, okay, let me get a rundown. So we started off at 40, 30, 20, 10. The goal is to do maximum reps, as many as possible, for each set. So you do 40, you know, then do 30, then 20, then 10, like so. Now some may be thinking, oh, okay, you're doing 40 seated. I mean, that's not that bad. And then you think 30, you know, I mean, that's moderately okay. And then you think 20, I mean, you know, that's not even that bad at all. And then you hear about 10 pounds and you're like, oh man, what is 10 pounds? That's nothing. After all the work we just did, 10 pounds isn't gonna do anything. Let me tell you something. Those 10 pounds felt like damn cinder blocks. It felt like bricks was being picked up. Like, you know, it was heavy. It was not 10 pounds. It was after all of that volume, after everything you just did, and you pick up 10 pounds, it's humbling actually. Because I mean, it was a lot. And with those last reps too, you want to make sure that you're being concise and you're holding the weight, you know, be in control. Just don't pick them up and fly them, because they may be light, but it's going to be a burn too, and you don't want to just throw them. So make sure you're in control of them when you're doing so. Like I said, form should still be A1 since day one. You know what I mean? You know, I didn't want to throw in a rhyme, but I haven't spit any rhyme in the whole video. I wanted to throw in one. So, but the form still has to be nice. You can see how I'm holding it, and I'm holding it up, and I think that's when I turn into a sissy. Oh man, where the tissue?
Okay, so when performing rear delt, see the shrugs, one thing you want to pay attention to is, you see a lot of people, actually you won't see any people do it because it's like rare, but when people do it, they try to shrug like this move is a little bit different, so it's going to bring up a little hump in your traps, so like a little hump right there, like so. You want that hump, bring it in, cock it back, you know, like so. I'm going to give you a demonstration. Bring it up. Cock it. It doesn't require a lot of weight, so don't really worry about weight. More so just worry about form. You're getting a good stretch. And that's all that you really need to worry about. Lightweight, but at the same time, good stretch.